the closing doors, please.
Where are you guys from?
Well, I live in New York. I've been in New York for 5.5 years. I live in Bushwick, Brooklyn, but I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio.
I am from Detroit, Michigan, but I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm here visiting.
What do you guys like about New York?
Oh my God, I really don't love New York. I like the diversity. I'm a filmmaker, so I like the opportunities for me to make films here. I like Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn. I love Bushwick.
I love Brooklyn. I love the food. That's really what I love. Is the food and the people. I do actually. It's funny because people always say New Yorkers are not nice, but I actually disagree. Like once you get to know people and like make connections and you know how circles move around with each other, I kind of like that. So.
What do you dislike about it?
It's dirty.
Oh my God, it's filthy.
It's filthy.
It's exhausting. New York's really exhausting to live in. It's expensive. The subway is always something wrong with the subways. I actually just read a great article about that apparently the subways have something like, because of delays and stuff, it probably costs the city almost like $1 billion a year.
Oh my God.
And it's gotten like 40% worse in the past 5 years or something like that.
I love how you got all the stats.
I just wrote a very good New York Times article.
Okay.
Yeah. So
It's just dirty to me. I don't like, it's just dirty.
Too hectic.
It stinks and it's crowded.
Too many people, yeah.
It's just too many people. I don't like that.
But that's good and bad. I kind of like how many people there are. Because then you can it's a good city to like just be yourself because there's not enough people don't care about you in a way. So
I don't like that though.
It's good and bad.
I don't like the
it's
like.
Also cold.
It's cold from that when it's just too many people. It feels like you're replaceable. Like you kind of don't have a place because everybody can be anything they want to be. You're replaceable here
until you're not.
Right.
Have you guys been to the other boroughs? Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan?
I've been to the Bronx like twice in 5.5 years. I used to live in Manhattan and I work in Manhattan, so you can't avoid the city. Queens, every so once in a while.
What's the difference between the Bronx and here, per se?
The Bronx? I don't, it's far.
I don't know anything about the Bronx. I went there one time,
I've been twice,
and it took so long. I never was going back.
Queens?
I've been to Queens.
Queens feels very residential to me.
It is very residential. I like that. It kind of reminds me of like the Midwest a little bit, like the houses. It's more neighborly. I've been to Queens a lot.
If I was like, I'm gonna stay
in
New York and raise a family, I would probably try to find someplace in Queens.
Yeah, it feels very family.
I think so.
Never been to Staten Island. That just seems far.
Been to Long Island. It's pretty. I don't think I've been to Staten Island.
How is it being a woman here as well as dating here? Your whole perspective on that?
Probably the same as being a woman everywhere.
I don't think it's any different.
Yeah,
being a woman
the dating market's worse. There's too many single women to single men. But I've just gotten used to it over the years. So, but when I first moved, I was like, oh, this is depressing. Now I'm just like whatever about it.
Catcalling?
Yeah, guys in New York are super aggressive.
Men are aggressive here, but I kind of like it. I guess maybe living in the South, you need a little bit of aggression, so it's kind of a good balance as somebody who doesn't live here. But as far as like dating here, I just always hear it's horrible. But I do like the aggressiveness of a New York man. They have this kind of dominant personality that I actually love.
I find it annoying and incredibly obnoxious. And I just want to walk from like my house to the subway without being bothered.
I think because I meet them outside of New York.
Probably.
New Yorkers. So mine's from a New York male perspective, but not dating in New York. I couldn't date here. It's very similar to San Francisco, which I used to live in. It's very hard to date because everybody kind of has their own people, their own cliques that they kind of move in. It's not really, set up that way.
No,
it's too crowded.
People don't come here to settle.
Anything to say on recent social issues that have happened? Anything from Trump to the Muslim ban to anything?
No, I don't have anything to say socially. But I will say I had an experience more recently at a hospital here, and it was overly crowded. It kind of made me sad that this is how our people are treated. It was literally beds all in the middle of the floors, and people who were literally hurting were laying on the floor, and they couldn't be seen by doctors. And that seems to be a problem. And it was kind of something for me where I was kind of blindsided because I didn't even think about that could be an issue. And it was overly crowded. It was just this lady was literally having problems breathing, and they were saying to her like, well, it's not an emergency. She's like, well, I can barely breathe. They're like, but you're not, but you still can breathe. Like, it was like, you're not enough of an emergency for us to help you, but also, I don't know how a doctor even deals with that, considering where do you put them? Like, it's just overcrowded. That's why I don't like how many people it is, because it's not enough support to actually help with the issue. So anyways, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but that really bothered me. It looked like a third world country inside of the hospital.
What borough was this hospital?
It was in Brooklyn.
What hospital was it?
Brooklyn Medical Center.